go, Gemini. Okay, let's have a look at all of this. So, the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about fate, where fate steps in. Now, what does fate mean? Like, we use words like that, and I did a podcast on this, like, the meanings of the words that we use. When I use the word fate, can be when opportunities come up, situations arise. It's the wheel, it keeps turning, right? If the good times don't last, the bad times don't last either. The seasons keep changing, and that's what the Wheel of Fortune shows. It's the one, the only thing that we can really count on is change. So there may be a situation that's come back round for you guys again during this time, and that can happen after a Mercury retrograde. Mercury is your ruler, but then it can also be that at the moment you might feel like things are a little bit out of your control, but we always have free will on how we react and how we treat a situation. And if you're worried about control, if it feels like that fate's been trying to take over, or there's certain things going on in your life right now that they feel really out of control, you have control coming back in here with the Emperor. So a little bit of a heads up there coming up ahead, but we'll get to that in a moment. So we have this, and it is a change of luck. So if you've been feeling things are difficult, and it might be the case because you have the Devil coming up here at the heart of your reading. The Devil can be, you might be dealing with a Capricorn, some of you, but it's that kind of energy of, what has power over you. And it feels like there's a situation that's come back round, or something that's showing you that, how much control do I have in this situation? Does this have power over me? That might be a person, that might be a job, that might be any situation in life. Could be a substance. This is the card for addiction sometimes, or old behavioral patterns that come up. But that's the thing. When the Wheel of Fortune shows up, if a situation does come back around again, it doesn't have to be an ex or an old work situation. It doesn't have to be any of those things. It can just be that how we feel in that situation is like, well, hang on a second. Haven't I been here before? It shows us that we're different, because that's what the Devil shows, that sometimes we can lapse back into old ways of behaving. That's our familiar way. That's how we behave in that situation. But the Devil says you're not that same person. The Wheel of Fortune is saying you've gone through a lot since you were lost in this situation. And it's saying that, whatever chains are holding you back, they're the ones that we allow to hold us back. So it's about looking at what's holding us back. What are we kind of lapsing back into? And the Devil can be, it's temptation, right? So whenever we find ourselves in those kinds of situations, we can be tempted back into behaving like we used to, but we're not that same person. And the Six of Wands coming up here as a past energy of the foundation is showing you that. Six of Wands, it's about, success or victory or recognition, but the kind of energy that I think applies to your reading as it comes up here, and we have to read the cards, how they come up in the spread, right? Even they have multiple meanings, the cards. This person is proud of what he's done. He's come back. He's a conquering hero. He's been on some diplomatic mission. He's done something, and he rides back into town proud, with his head held high, holding that victory wreath, saying, look at what I accomplished. And yeah, people are coming out to recognize what this person's done. But the point of this card is that he's proud of what he's done. Proud of it. So, for some people, I feel like something could come up where you think, well, didn't I already deal with this? Why is this coming back up again? So there is that kind of sense of the energy showing that. For others of you, I think it's going to be something that's come up and you're like, well, no, I got rid of this. This was not holding me back. Why is it coming back up again? I don't think it has a hold on you. I don't think it does. I think that's why it's coming up, to show you that it doesn't. But we can immediately have that fearful response of like, whoa, no, I don't want to do this. So the Devil can indicate like connections that we have to people. If you have a look here, we have a couple here. I always see this as very similar, like the Devil card and the Lovers, as two sides of the same coin, because we always see two naked people. But here, well, in the Lovers, it's an angel that's blessing the union. Here we have the Devil that's holding on to these two. But it's almost as if they're ashamed of who they are. Like they're hiding away. They're hiding their nakedness. She's turning away. He's kind of crouched in on himself. And when we see naked people in the tarot, it's about showing this is who I truly am. This is who I truly am. Have a look at me, like, take me warts and all, or don't take me at all. But I can't change who I am. So you don't have to be ashamed of who you are. That's kind of like the message with the Devil. Like, don't let that hold you back. You don't have to put up a front. You don't have to put up on a face. And if someone feels like they're tied to you, or you feel like you're tied to someone, you will still have changed. Whether that connection has changed or not, you have changed. The Wheel of Fortune says that. You've gone through a lot. You have this kind of victory, holding your head up high energy coming up here. And so what we have coming up here in the present is the Emperor. So some of you, we've got Capricorn energy here, we've got Aries energy coming up here now, and this could just refer to Aries season, while the sun is in Aries. And the Emperor says, are you taking control of the situation? That's what the devil talks about too. There's this whole issue of power and control that's coming up here. May not be an issue. It may just be you finding your power, you finding your control, you stepping up, like an opportunity coming up, which allows you to step up. This can be someone's fear of you're being held back. You don't know if you can step up. In a work situation, it may be going toe to toe against someone. It may be stepping up and being the boss. The Emperor is the father figure, the authority figure in the tarot. Is there someone that you feel that has power or authority over you, but they may not need to, excuse me. So the thing with the Emperor, he sometimes has a very bad reputation. He's seen as someone who's very stubborn, who's not good at compromising, who's not good at looking at, other ways of doing things. And that may be the case. But why is he like that? Because he is an emperor. The empire, the kingdom that he runs, that weight of all that responsibility, it lies on him. He's in charge of it. He's the one that has to make the difficult calls. So other people may not always understand what he's doing. And if you have a look, and I always point this out, is that he's an elderly gentleman. Have a look at him. He's got his white hair, his white beard, but he sits on his throne looking out at everything that he's achieved, and he's still ready. He's not complacent about his role. He's not complacent about the authority that he has. He's still in his armor. He's ready to go fight. If anyone kind of challenges him, he will go forward. He will go do what he needs to do. So there is, if you've been feeling out of control, things have just been happening to you, you're being held back, you have an opportunity here to get back in control, to do what you want to do, to, my way or the highway. That's what he says. Where does that lead? Or, where is this going? Well, it shows you a new beginning. Now, the Star and the Nine of Cups, very similar energies. In fact, I think this is the minor arcana energy of the Star. The Star talks about wish fulfillment. Now, it's the card that shows up in the major arcana after the Tower. So after things have collapsed, things have changed. With the Wheel, it's a card of change. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of change. There could be a situation, it's a general reading. So you might be dealing with someone like this. Someone who's a main player in your life, someone who's central to your story. They might be being like this, where there's this urge to change, to transform, for that wheel to turn. But someone's holding on to what they know because it's safer. It feels safer. But the Star is about all of a sudden having that hope. You have hope, not because of anything else. Hope from the new beginning. There's this fresh energy coming in. You're a new person and hope's restored here. Sometimes we look up at the Star. And this is the card for Aquarius. So you have Capricorn, Aries, Aquarius energy coming in. You look up at that star and sometimes we can think that star is so far away. Am I ever going to reach that star? But that's devil thinking. That's like you're being held back from it. Because the star says, no, if you have the hope, you can achieve this. That star is guiding you to your dream, to your wishes, to what it is that you truly want. It's beautiful energy. The star is like every amazing energy you can think of. Healing, hope returning, wish fulfillment, seeing your wish or dream or whatever it is, that goal that you have and going towards it. And you're the third reading that I've done. And the same kind of energy has come up for Aries and Taurus, that it's big energy. It's not just energy relating to one area of our life. It seems like the energy coming through at this time is we can use it in whichever area we want to use it. Where do you need to step up and take more control? Where have you been being held back? Where do you need a new beginning? Because look what comes up as the advice, the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. And the Nine of Cups, I always say this about this, like, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it when this card shows up. That sounds like a stupid thing to say, because you're like, well, if I want it, I want it. But the Nine of Cups can sometimes be what we wish for, or what we, before we know what we need, is what we want. We think we want, so we wish for it. But I don't know if that's going to be too big of a problem with you guys, because you have the Star and you have the Nine of Cups. Both cards to do with manifestation, reaching your goals, going for your wishes. The Nine of Cups here is to do with this, because it's sitting below the Six of Wands. So what is it that you put F into? What did you achieve here? There's some achievement that you've had. It could be a personal achievement, something that you had pride in. Someone might, in a relationship, you might have acted in a certain way. The other person thought, well, no, you're not. They kind of felt you could have acted differently, or that, some vice held you back or something. But you're like, no, I'm proud of this. You might have overcome some kind of vice or addiction or old behavioral pattern to do this. And it kind of feels like now you start to see the results of that. Now you see the wishes or the dreams or the goals that you have coming through. but you do feel more in control. And this is about stepping up and even if you're kind of rocking more the devil energy and you're thinking, well, I'm held back because of X, Y, and Z, it's then asking you to step into the Emperor energy, which is to take control. So the King of Pentacles, some of you may be dealing with an earth sign, which is going to be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but they don't own the cards. Those signs don't, they just lend their characteristics or energies to the meaning of the card. King of Pentacles, he's a king, so he's very reliable. And the King of Pentacles he's someone who provides security and stability to those in his care, his family. Very much of the Emperor, two very strong kind of masculine energies coming up. And remember, we all have the divine masculine and feminine within each of us. This is someone who's hardworking, focused on his finances, focused on his work. And why? Why does he focus on these things? To provide for everyone else, to provide security and stability. So it kind of feels like maybe you've been doing that, because I'm getting the sense that, you're going in a new direction with the star coming up here, the Emperor. And it may be that other people don't understand you, or you feel like you're being held back by maybe other people. Maybe that's why so many court cards have come up, because other people might be saying, well, no, I don't know if you should do this, or you feel like you have a responsibility, because the King of Pentacles can sometimes have a responsibility. He feels like he has a responsibility to other people. But if you want to build on this victory, build on whatever it is that you worked on here, then you must go your own way. You must take control and go forward, because these opportunities, they don't come that often. The wheel keeps turning, right? And here we have the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And this is air sign energy. It's your energy. It may also be a Libra or an Aquarius that you're dealing with. But the Knights are usually the mutable sign. So the Knight of Swords, the Prince of Swords, is going to be Gemini energy. He fights for what he believes in. He has his truth. He knows what his truth is. He fights for his beliefs. So I am getting that sense that, other people may not get this. And this is coming up for, I think everyone's going in their kind of crazy little dark. They've gone through so much. Everyone seems to have gone through so much. And that's left you in a place of, you have a new understanding of who you are, of where you want to go. And yes, this would be the head, right? What do I believe? What do I think? These are my thoughts. This is what I'm going to go fight for. But then you have the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups. And this is about, he's very aware of what he feels. He's holding his cup there. And all he cares about is that he might be offering love or friendship. Sometimes this can be a friend or someone that we've known for a while now, and they want to take it further. They want more emotional connection with you, or you might be feeling this way with someone else. But it plays out on all different levels. So we have kind of work energy coming up here. We have love energy coming up here. But we also have individual energy. What is your truth? And it may be a combination of all of this, or that you're dealing with these kinds of people. But what you're being asked to do, very clearly being asked to do, is to step up, take control, and go for your star, go for your dream, go for your wish. You've put in the effort for this already. Now's not the time to get held back, maybe by other people, but they can't hold us back unless we allow them to hold us back. It's feelings like guilt, responsibility. Those are our emotions. If people give us ultimatums, they're not really getting that here, but that's an example. If they do, then it's up to us. Are we going to pander to that, or are we still going to take control and say, no, well, this is what I want to do? Okay, so we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And that might be it. Like I said, this can be a situation that comes back round again. And maybe it was you had a toxic relationship in the past. Relationships can be anywhere, right? Romantic, working environment. We have this King of Pentacles energy. Maybe someone let you down in the past. So here it talks about forgiving and learning. And it works both ways, guys. It could be you. Maybe you now want to forgive yourself to move forward, right? But it kind of feels, especially with this Knight of Cups here, it's looking at your emotion. What do you feel? What do you have to offer? And you won't know that if you remain stuck in the past, even if that person's gone, whoever did whatever to you, or you did whatever to them, they've gone, that situation's gone. But sometimes we can allow that hurt or, that unforgiveness, as it were, to hold us back. And that's where the healing energy of the star kind of kicks in and helps us. You're being asked to focus very much on your beliefs, your emotions. One more for Gemini. Okay, lovely. So we have true love. This love is a once in a lifetime love coming up here. So is that what the Prince of Cups is showing here? That, maybe you found someone new, or some of you might have a choice between more than one person. But then you have to still step up and take control. Like, we do have three people in this card. And it might be that you don't know who to choose. Like, who do I choose? What do I go for? But you do know. Because there's a certain amount, whatever this represents for you, whatever work you did on yourself, whatever you went through in a relationship, whatever you went through at work, the recognition that you received, the pride that you have in what you've done here, that's what you need to kind of implement here. Because even if it's a situation with more than two, we have two knights here. Even if it's more than one person that you're having to choose from, one of them, it's love. It's love. So that's where the head and the heart comes in, the choice that you have to make there. TikTok. What did I say? That these opportunities don't last forever. It's about acting on them, taking control while they're there. But the kind of downside of the TikTok card is sometimes we can put pressure on ourselves. We put pressure on ourselves and we think, oh my God, time's running out. I need to do this. I need to do whatever it is. Well, in that sense, the Wheel of Fortune and TikTok say that, well, those kind of timings are outside of our control. And what TikTok also says, and something that I say often as well, is that the past, present, and the future, it's like one of our senses. It's how we gauge the passing of time, what's happening around us. It's a way we measure what's happening around us. But truly, there is no past. There is no present. All that exists is right now. Right now. And where we are right now, you taking control, stepping up, the Emperor, that's how you're going to make the future come about. The future that you want is about taking control of that and not getting too caught up in, oh my God, what do I have to do? Like, that can be pressure. We can sometimes put pressure on ourselves when TikTok comes up. All right, let's see. There is a sense, have a look. Like, this is the past, present, and future. If you think about it, letting go of the past, healing the past, right? Here, true love, knowing what you have in the moment, not like the Knight of Cups, or the Prince of Cups. And then TikTok, it's like, are we too eager? Like, the star's too far away. I'm not getting there fast enough. Can be that. And it says, dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world, interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. That's the secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ether. That's lovely. But yeah, that's what the TikTok card says as well, that, everything exists in potentiality. Everything that can be, you have access to it right now. You take control, right? Being in your power, so you can make whatever you want, your dreams, your wishes, come true as you go forward into your future.